Wait a minute.
Oh.
The intro might just be you going whoop 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 whoop. There's our cold open. There's our cold open. There's our cold open. I need another drink.
There's our cold open. Hey Internet, Highway 47 here with you, and we're feeling great. It's an awesome evening, and we're so happy and motivated and ready to do everything for you. And we are here by request of our lovely benefactor for CVS All Access, who we said, hey, as a thank you for helping us to get Star Trek Picard going, we'll let you choose a movie. And he then chose every Godzilla movie ever. Which is all right, because that gives us quite a queue of things to get done. I am Shaggy B. With me is Dracofunk.
Hey, I'm right here.
He is right there. He is socially distanced from me, and as is Mr. Scrodrick.
I am hiding in my basement as we speak.
As you should be. And that would sound really mean in any other situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the midst of the coronavirus. As of right now, we're at 11,600 cases last I saw.
Oh, you are behind. You are behind, sir.
I am? Oh, God.
You are behind.
Okay, that was about 4 hours ago.
13,726.
It was 9,500 this morning.
Yes, it was.
And we're at 13,726.
Yep, we will, at the rate we're going, it will be about 22,000 this time tomorrow. Because we've surpassed Germany. Yep, we're catching up to France. We have more new cases than any country except Italy today. And we are increasing at a rate of 49 to 50% per 24-hour period. And that has been consistent across the past, 5 days.
Oh, man. We hope you all are healthy and staying put, and we're staying inside. I don't know if you've noticed, we've been releasing more movies recently. We've recorded... we have one coming out next... We had one come out already. We have one coming out... should be coming out the 28th of March. I don't know. This one might come out before this or after that. If it came out after that, enjoy it. You've already seen it. Yeah,
we should make sure we... I would say we should make sure we do the Godzilla ones in order, but we're... who knows. We'll do them in the order that we can stand. But if we do them in the order they were released, we'll try to release them in the order that they were released also. Yeah, that makes sense.
I lost my drink.
Oh, man. See,
I don't even know how I did that. I'm not in a big space.
You also have drank it. and that's put you in a state of mind where you lose things. Dracofunk is celebrating the drink a bunch of beer day a day earlier than I am. So if we record tomorrow night, get ready for fun. Or tonight.
Yeah, I'm really, really confused. Like,
Well, that's the point, you know.
This is where we need the intermission music to just kind of fade in and play for like the whole time that you're searching. Like, I mean, we can't continue the episode until you
yeah,
find your
just
beer.
just
Like, it's.
go, keep going. I
I
haven't.
mean,
Oh, there it is.
oh, woohoo!
I just need to finish this now.
Yeah, just do it now. Get out of the way. So we are watching Godzilla movies at the request of our anonymous benefactor, who has given us all access to CBS All
All three
Access,
of us, in fact.
all three of us.
That was
He's very
without his
generous.
without his
Support.
support, we wouldn't be able to do past the first episode of Picard.
And, that's. Some would say it would be better that way, but we're glad. So, in honor of his generosity, we are watching the DVD release by a company, which I
What's it
don't
say on the
remember.
cover?
I don't remember. Let me look real quick. This is the release by Classic Media. So this. I mean, this is I think the version that everybody has. The DVD cover. With the yellow heading at the top, and they all have the same font for all the Godzilla movies.
It's very two-dimensional.
Yeah, but this is the Classic Media release of King Godzilla, or Godzilla King of the Monsters, or King
It's
Monster,
Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
or King Monster Godzilla Man of. But it's the first one. It's the excuse me. It's the 1956 Godzilla movie, which I've never seen.
Yes. So this is the 1956 Godzilla King of the Monsters, originally released 27th April 1956.
Ah, what were
It
you
has,
doing on the 27th of April 1956, Dracofunk?
my mom wasn't even born.
Oh wow.
Uh,
Um,
I was floating around in an ethereal space, awaiting the time when I would descend upon the earth
Like my
and wreak
dad, I think
havoc
was
on everyone.
pretty sure my dad was in high school.
what?
Yeah, legit.
Wow, I didn't see. I'm
I
older than you,
I know.
and your dad was in high school,
Yeah,
and my
legit.
mom wasn't even born.
I know, right?
Huh?
And yeah, well, that would put my dad there as well.
Yeah, your dad's a few months older than mine.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm older
legit.
than both of you.
Uh huh.
Well, remember, I have a brother who's like 17 years older than me.
Remember, my family is. Yeah, we won't go there.
So this has an IMDb rating of 6.5.
That's at least as good as something else we watched recently, Krull, right?
Yeah,
Or kind of an average, second season Next Generation episode, or like a bad Orville episode.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this can't be that bad, right?
So, have either of you seen this?
Nope.
I have not.
I have. Now, maybe you don't know this, but I used to kind of be into Godzilla. Not as
I
much as
think.
our benefactor. Not even in the slightest. I could not stand toe to toe on with him on his Godzilla facts, and I'm definitely not as up to date with anything.
Well,
I
he's the kind of guy, and I think we'd all agree, he's the kind of guy that like what we would consider obsessive about anything is like just casual knowledge to him, right?
Yeah.
And he is obsessed with Godzilla. Like he is specifically into Godzilla. So
Deep
like
into Godzilla.
like all the way in, like to the hilt, right? And
Time for Plan B
oh, at least.
and C, and well,
That's
definitely
right.
Plan D.
Oh, that's what got him in there in the anyway. But so I mean I don't think it's fair to compare anybody, you know, to him on that. But go on.
Yeah. But I used to This started out when I was in junior high. That's probably around 1992. Um, and I had the Sci-Fi Channel, and they had like a week-long Godzilla special.
Nice.
And then I just every time that there was a chance to watch a Godzilla movie, I did. And I probably watched them all out of order. This was not the first one I saw.
I'm pretty sure that I knew of Godzilla just from casual cultural awareness, but I think the first movie I saw of Godzilla was the American Godzilla with Matthew Broderick and the Puff Daddy cover of the Led Zeppelin song being the hit single from it and all that, which fortunately and it was one of those things that I just hadn't got around to. But I think, but that like, it A reminded me that I was interested, and B, caused a bunch of the movies to suddenly, be available and sort of in the mainstream to like buy and get a hold of over the next couple years. And of course Toho in Japan responded, and there were crossovers and all that. So I don't think I saw a Japanese Godzilla movie until after I saw the American Godzilla movie.
Is that the one that had what's his name? Crap.
They had Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. Who never looked convincingly afraid ever. And I remember seeing an interview with him.
I've never seen him really display many emotions. It's always just kind of like,
The only movie that I like him in is The Producers, and that's because the character he plays is basically just him when he sucks at acting anyway. Yeah. But I remember seeing an interview with him after that movie where he talked about, because they filmed like they CG'd in Godzilla, right? And so there was all these scenes where they were like standing in a street looking up terrified at Godzilla, and like he mentioned that he always had to like look at the other actor to make sure that they were both looking in exactly the same direction when they were freaking out, And so from then on, like that ruined like the whole movie for me, because I swear, like every other scene they cut to him and somebody reacting, and he looks at them and then looks back, and it's like, well, now I know what what that was about,
So anyway, we are watching the DVD version of this from the classic movie version,
Classic media
version.
Yes. And yeah, so get your movie set up at 0 in whatever method you have to play movies. Get past the menu and all that.
Is this available on Crackle? Anybody check that?
Nope, I did not.
ooh.
That's a good question.
I was a Godzilla fan ever since I was a child.
Right.
And I have several of these on VHS, but I never watched them in order because there weren't really resources back then to find out, like, other than looking at the box and you being like, oh, this came out in whatever year, and was I going to check that as like a 10-year-old? No.
Oh, of course not.
I just remember seeing some of the era where they tried to make Godzilla the friend of all children, and he could do gravity-defying moves like double drop kicks on people and giant robots or whatever. So,
well, it's Godzilla versus Megalon, the one that Mystery Science Theater did, where he surfs on his tail, feet in the air to do like a mile-long drop kick or something like that.
Which I have never seen the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version of that, but I have it on VHS, so I have watched it that way.
If memory serves, they just sit and laugh the whole time that he's flying across the screen.
Yeah, so as I said, I watched these in the 90s, and what I would do is I was really big into like VHS, so I'd sit there and record them all. So somewhere in my garage, I have like three VHSs that have like 18 movies on them. Or no, not 18. 9. I have 9 Godzilla movies.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would search the bargain bin at Kmart whenever my parents would take me there, and I would wind up with, random whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I started buying them like around the early days of like the discount DVD bin at Walmart. Around the, like 2005 ish. Like I started buying them and watching a few of them then, but I only ever bought a handful. I have not seen the whole catalog, as it were.
I don't think I've seen the whole catalog, especially some of the newer ones.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I did look up. Speaking of which, while we were discussing, I looked up on Crackle to see if this was on there, and the only Godzilla movie that is on Crackle is Godzilla 2000.
Yeah.
And I would also like to add that there is a movie in the same like top row of movies with that that looks like something worth maybe trying to watch called Monster Trucks. Mostly because it's called Monster Trucks. But the synopsis says, looking for any way to get away from the life and town he was born into, Trip, a high school senior, builds a monster truck from bits and pieces of scrap cars. Made in 2017.
Okay.
So if we need a stupid one-off someday, there's an option.
So I have found Godzilla King of the Monsters 1956 streaming on the internet. If you use Google, you can find a free version. I just tried to play it and it did start. I'm not going to watch that version because we're using the DVD, but it is out there.
So, do what you got to do to watch this movie.
If you have access to the DVD, even better. That's what we're doing.
That is what we're doing. And so, yeah, get your movie at the beginning of it and get ready for the countdown.
No, and the recent Godzilla movie is called Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yes, this is the 1956 version. We need to make
Because
sure.
I started getting all these results for that one just out of curiosity, and I didn't realize. Well,
if the movie you're watching is in color, it's the
yeah, if it has anyone you recognize in it, unless you're into old Japanese media,
well. There's
turn
there's
it
a,
off.
there's an American guy in this one. I forgot his name already.
Raymond Burr,
Yeah, Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr.
Yeah.
Perry Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you might recognize him. Anyway, we ready to get this started?
Yep.
All right. This is Godzilla King of the Monsters 1956 version from the DVD, and we are all set at 0, and we are starting together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roar! Or explosion.
Yeah, so I accidentally started this earlier, and it really messed with me.
Yeah, I'm glad I got my sound down so I can hear you guys.
So you guys have never seen this?
Nope.
Oh.
That looks pretty grainy.
So
Ah!
so I completely know how this ends. I actually don't remember any of the stuff in the middle, but I remember how it ends.
Well, that's promising.
Wish I've read about this.
That's Tokyo.
This is Tokyo. City of only 6 million people.
It was 12 million.
But it usually doesn't.
Yeah.
It's mostly only Tokyo.
Only Tokyo has sinned.
And brings down the wrath of Godzilla.
Tokyo, the Sodom of the Orient.
Actually, is the Wrath of Godzilla the name of one of the movies? Probably.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Oh, wow. What a jerk. That's why Godzilla comes down.
That's right.
I love Steve Martin.
He's mad at him for always like rushing when he plays banjo.
Oh.
Every time I saw him on Letterman when he
automobiles always rushing.
Yes.
We should do Planes, Trains, Automobiles. I love that movie.
That's a pretty good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I found out what.
I thought he was laying down again.
Oh yeah.
No, I love that song too. It has one of my favorite songs in it.
What, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mess Around.
That's true. That movie is how I found out what Diners Club is.
Does it have a different meaning than what I think it does?
It's a credit card.
Okay. That's what I thought, but for a second I'm like, is there some other meaning for Diners Club? Is it something that maybe I don't know about?
Be the change you wish to see in the world, Dracofunk.
Hey, Scrodrick.
What's up?
You want to become a member of the Diners Club?
If you know what I mean.
Well, that depends.
On the APR?
How much do you like me?
Anal? Wait, they think I'm dead. Yeah, I will.
Feels wrong to be laughing when I'm hearing crying children.
Yeah.
That's because you don't have your own children. Sometimes it's funny when they're crying.
Or, you don't teach in a school, or...
Well, but, context here. It's like...
Get used to it now, man.
Yeah, they're probably... Usually my children aren't crying because of some horrible disaster. It's usually because we're out of Fruity Pebbles or something. I just want them to break out into King Tut.
I was thinking that earlier. Somebody hand me a banjo!
Born in Arizona, moved to Babylonia, King Tut. Really? Nobody?
We know the song. So he speaks English and she speaks Japanese, but they understand each other perfectly. Got it.
Yes. I just want there to be subtitles every time she speaks.
I know. Like, she's speaking English and the subtitles are English, but they're different, You're probably wondering how I got here. Well,
he was en route to Cairo via Japan.
Smoking on the plane. They actually have leg room.
Yeah, curtains.
Nice seats.
People wore suits to fly because it used to be an occasion.
Only 10,000 feet? It's a low plane.
Oh, they shouldn't have played the sad song. That's what summoned Godzilla. Oh, well.
Don't look at it.
Well, now they're all blind. Oh,
really?
Oh. Now they're blind. Oh, don't step on the guitar.
Oh, that was quick.
Well, that's what they get for making their boats out of balsa wood.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
No, the radio. Oh, wait.
I like how that instantly killed him. Oh, saltwater, my one weakness.
Now I know why my dad said I shouldn't join the Navy.
Well, they used high voltage radios back then. They got electrocuted, is what happened.
That one was a sinusoider. Odd job? Oh. Edit that out. That's Shigeru Miyamoto? Really? That's the guy who wrote all the music for Mario and Zelda?
Makes sense. He's, hanging out with Steve Martin.
That's a good point. Taught him everything he knows. I sought training from the greatest of Western musicians, King Tut.
We trained him wrong as a joke. I notice your gun isn't secured in its holster very well.
Yeah.
I must get my gloves.
But I have to look away.
It's like
It was
it's
new.
sunk.
Like some kind of divine wind. Oh.
I love during the silence you can hear the like the static.
I know. From the original like film transfer. I'm too eager to share information.
What? What? In Japanese, it is custom that we hump each other as we come through the door.
They even dubbed his Japanese. You got that from heh.
See, I really wish I was multilingual.
I know, right? Uh-oh.
Oh no, the piano! Oh no.
What we've learned here is that Godzilla hates like ocean-going music lessons.
The whole world?
The whole world.
Well,
People are
Yeah.
buying toilet paper left and right.
yeah, I guess somebody locally crashed the registers at Walmart because they bought over $3,000 worth of groceries.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet they were radiation burns.
Well, you got to consider this is 11 years after the bomb first dropped. So their understanding of radiation, I mean, the Japanese were the first people to really deal with, radioactive fallout and that sort of thing. But the just the general understanding of radiation and how it hurts people was so primitive at this time.
Hmm.
Because they're the only people we've told about it. I heard Gojira.
Odo Island.
Odo Island. And a bucket.
Need more smokes.
Oh,
If they have to yell at people, if they do it in rotation, that's pretty good.
It is, yeah. And live to tell about it.
uh, maybe be a little gentle with him. Maybe
Oh,
give him some
man.
water.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, he's probably really thirsty.
Yell in his ear more.
Yeah.
Maybe not all get out on boats.
A helicopter.
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 Twirly bird.
Pretty high tech.
Is it an Austin helicopter?
That's a bad camera angle.
Yeah, really. Deliver your line very matter-of-factly and then run.
Yeah. We need to explain this for the Americans now.
Yes.
Is there like a non-horrible monster?
Hmm.
They seem to remember
Because
it.
it was because it was outlawed during the occupation. Just like Kabuki Theater.
Raymond Burr is 6 feet tall, by the way.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. Like, he's probably not actually that tall. Probably, what, 200 pounds, you know?
I just got very curious.
Sounds like those pictures of Shaquille O'Neal trying to use a hotel shower where it's like, you know, spraying on his navel, you know?
And then they accidentally invent the right dance to summon Mothra.
Yes.
They got to sing the song too.
Smoking in the pup tent.
Well, they figured that out later. You know, that's why Mothra didn't show up during this. That would have been a real disaster.
Why are you sharing a tent with him?
Yeah, they just like that.
Hey, Temp Buddy.
If only we hadn't elevated the fire.
Yeah, really.
If only we'd closed the tent.
If only his hair wasn't shellacked in place so that the wind would affect it.
Yeah, holy crap, their tent should be
Yeah.
flying away right
Yeah.
now.
It's like, huh. This is weird that the wind is blowing over there but not here.
Yeah, and all around us.
And the water and the rain.
Oh, well, there we go. It's finally reaching them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's knocking trees over, but the tent's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and their wooden building, they're getting blown around in there now.
Even he's like, why isn't this wind blowing my hair? This is what?
Why isn't it blowing
Oh,
my
there we
house
go.
down?
There we
Oh,
go.
man, that was delayed wind. That's...
They were sharing a tent with no pants on.
Well,
I
who
mean-
sleeps wearing pants?
Yeah. Were you wearing pants, when we spent the day at the cabin? Or not the day, every night at the cabin?
I mean, you were like 3 feet from my legs. You tell me.
I didn't look. I just assumed you weren't, so why would I look?
I'll make sure you see next time.
Well,
To be fair, this is a pretty badass introduction for Godzilla.
yeah. So they're going to survive because they weren't in a building.
Probably.
And their tent blew away, so it's not going to draw his attention. Stop screaming!
Hang on to that tree. He's like, I got you, buddy. There's also the sea. Oh, my toy helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
Meanwhile,
I was expecting that bus to tip over.
yeah. And don't come off the bus quickly now.
Bus made by Reliant.
Specifically, a massive lizard.
He's like, I got a massive lizard for you.
I'm American. Who taught you how to put on a suit? And why is your tie tucked in the wide shot? Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon is what he said. There you go. Okay. I've heard enough of this shit.
I gotta go take a leak.
Well, we understand it, but we speak Japanese.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
I don't know when to wave.
Just gonna stand here.
You don't have to stow away. You're allowed on board. The guy said so. Jesus, do you ever stop smoking?
No. They're doing it. Oh.
Well,
Oh,
it's a normal thing.
all that dandruff on his jacket.
I don't like it when Steve Martin looks at me.
He's having invasive thoughts. You could just jump overboard right now. You could totally do it.
Oh.
Wow, danger! Huh?
They're like, "What the hell is he talking about? We don't understand." You know?
We don't speak English. Dude's wearing sandals with socks. What a nerd.
Radioactive footsteps.
Yes.
Make sure you crouch down. Get your balls as close as possible.
Radioactive. Q, nobody's staying back.
A trilobite?
That's a trilobite. Just pick it up with your bare hands.
Oh, it's fresh. Take a bite.
It's like,
Okay.
oh. Fabulous.
They keep this guy like omits syllables. That's his thing. That's his accent. He just doesn't say part of words.
Dinner? That's a bell. Make sure you all wear white so everybody can see you.
Yes.
So you can see dinner running up into the hills.
I can't run. I'm an American.
I need to have a smoke.
I'll help him breathe.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Not safer in the hills. Not safer in the hills. Not safer in the hills.
quick, take a selfie.
Yeah, you're gonna want to leave. There you go.
Oh, everybody keeps falling.
That's definitely a hand puppet.
Now we're alone.
Oh, those guys had the right idea. Let's run out in the open again.
Well, that was her fiance, remember?
Right.
She's like,
Good thing-
oh, I'm going to run to you.
All right, we've got 2 katanas and a rifle.
We got this.
You saw the monster.
But still, you know. 2 million? You might be a little bit off.
Tiny bit. Today we call them frogs. Every time I do it makes me laugh. What the hell is on Joey's head? Yeah. Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
We're
up in her buddy in the club.
The H-bomb.
H-bomb. That guy has an H-bomb.
On.
Oh no, the one American in the room, which is, you know, the country that has H-bombs.
Wait, I don't have a pen and paper.
Well, how the fuck else do you use depth charges?
That guy doesn't know how to submarine.
Do you even lift? Long George?
George?
That's what he calls him. The
Long
other guy
George?
calls it. They call his thing Godzilla. He calls his thing Long George. His wife calls it Short George.
Which one of them is Vag Weasel? A chemist. He can help. It's a very Frankenstein-esque lab. Mushy mushy?
What?
It's how they answer the phone in Japan.
Is it?
Mushy mush? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
He's like, wow, I can hear your terrible Japanese. Just speak English.
Yeah.
Does he have an eye patch?
Yep.
He's a pirate. Pirate chemist.
Arr.
God damn it. Stop trying.
Sayonara is like a permanent goodbye, isn't it?
I'm gonna marry somebody else.
Wait, this is like a whole B-plot about not Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
Why is that here?
Because
They
it's
thought they
hard
needed
to
it.
have
That's
a giant
not-
monster.
That's not how you do Godzilla movies. If you do a B-plot, it's like the little kid lost his tricycle and accidentally discovers Godzilla. It's not like...
No, that's like later when Godzilla was the friend to children.
Oh.
We're not there yet. This is the first
Now
one.
it's Godzilla dick to everyone.
This is like mysterious gothic Victorian lab with insane self-obsessed scientist Frankenstein.
Don't forget pirate.
If this doesn't convince you to marry me, then nothing will. All of this to feed my goldfish. Is it a gid? Oh no, okay.
He's not gonna feed his goldfish.
She is. With her face.
Your mom's face.
Don't tap the glass. Okay. Those piranhas? Does he ever clean that water? Jeez.
Was it? I read an article about otters invading a koi pond recently.
Oh god.
How did that go?
Well, they ate well.
Yeah.
To shreds, you say?
To shreds.
Watch this. Here's how he's feeding the fish.
Now I electrocute them with science. It's about to explode. I haven't washed these gloves in years.
Now that you've seen that horrible thing, will you marry me?
That's how he lost his eye. He watched once.
The oxygen destroyer. Is that what that was?
I guess.
Like I said, I read about this as a kid, but I never saw it. Oh, okay.
It was traumatizing, but I'm okay now.
Where were you? Visiting my fiance. Happy birthday to... Oh. He dissolved some fish in acid.
And then there was nothing.
Life is a lie now. Good night.
Splash.
All the fish they killed for this.
Yeah, right.
During this time, we were still literally bombing Bikini Atoll.
Oh, yeah. Go away, I'm in the bath. They like emphasize the light switches.
Whoa, he's a ventriloquist.
He is.
Man, a lot of talent there.
Don't turn the light
They
off
turned
on
the
me.
light off.
Well, light was off when she got.
No, the sun set while he was sitting there. He's like, oh,
Oh.
perfect timing. You know?
Isotam. Is that thing like heat tap?
Man, I could really go for a heat tap right now.
I know, right?
You know, Isotan used to have a great football team.
Oh, yeah?
Then they were destroyed by Godzilla.
You know,
when they
I
took
have
their cruise.
I have watched Japanese football, and it's not bad. They have like really, really good like fundamentals and like good technical playing, and their plays are like really complex and really crisply executed.
Oh yeah,
Well-
we weren't supposed to go out on the boat. Everybody ignored it. They said going out on the boat was just like a bad flu. It's fine.
Aw.
No, we can't allow you in the engine room.
Yeah.
You'll start gumming up the machinery. They all produced signs to express their displeasure.
Yes, because we can't understand their language. There's the music.
Ooh.
This is the music I always remember from Godzilla.
Yep. They're gonna throw, thousands of men at Godzilla until he reaches his kill limit and shuts down.
Buffer overrun error and he just crashes. Blue screen.
That's Mecha Godzilla. Get it right.
Oh, right. Sorry. Heat tap?
Yep.
How do you not know what the air raid siren is? 56 in Japan.
Yeah, that would be a little awkward.
Yeah. And now it doesn't matter because you're going to die, so I'll just marry him anyway.
I'm gonna shoot my pistol at that big monster.
Yeah, just, Let him know which direction to smash first. What's all the smoke from?
People smoking.
The one American guy in Tokyo. That's all from him.
It's not as safe on the hill as you think it is. Probably shouldn't stand underneath all those power lines.
Man,
Yeah,
just in context, though, that's an amazing shot for the
Yeah,
time.
it is. Oh, absolutely. They should really be using an OFA for this, like, this low brass thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good as it is, but it would just add something, I think. This is why they invented the bullet train.
Have to outrun Godzilla.
Exactly.
They're oblivious. It's just like, whatever. What's that shaking? Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh. Imagine Godzilla's foot hadn't quite landed yet, so he wasn't planted, and then it tripped him. Oh, well, he's mad.
train. Oh,
Aw.
that's kind of a dick move. How do you know?
He has a short refractory period.
Yes. Jesus, quit. Every time, every scene, you light up.
He's always got to toke up, man. He can't go long without it anymore.
Somebody buy that dude a jewel.
Yeah. Smoking while I type. Smoking while I type.
Yeah, Godzilla came back and destroyed like another half the city.
That's actually a pretty clever plan. Assuming that, that they don't know that he won't be slowed down by that.
What if he like picks up something and throws it into the liar?
Yeah, I mean, rabbits don't do that in your garden. I mean, they might learn if you use 300 kilovolts instead of like 6 volts, but
Yeah.
I told you my electrical fence around the garden story, didn't I?
With the dog?
Yeah, with the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story. The whole internet is like, What's the story with the dog? If you want to know, you'll just have to email us at highway47productions@gmail.com.
Hey, send me crockpot recipes at harrypottercrockpotrecipes@gmail.com. All other debauchery, email Scrodrick at scrodrick@gmail.com.
Yeah, or anything. If you'd just
Anal?
like to talk, I promise I would reply to you.
I thought I was going to pull out, another pipe.
That's what I expected.
Long cord on that.
Yeah, really. Bases?
They're not keeping social distance.
No, they are not.
That's how you catch the Godzilla.
Is that a bass saxophone? Or like a contrabass clarinet? That's a
That's
woodwind.
a contrabass bassoon.
It's contrabassoon. Okay, it's definitely a woodwind.
Aside from all the modern guns.
Yeah. You could just say he's 30 stories tall.
Shoot him.
Yeah. Spock!
Right in the tail.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta hand it to him. That was a pretty good plan. Like, not knowing any better, like...
Well,
Oh, good, you
they're all
provided
dead.
enough... Yeah, good job, you provided enough voltage to activate his heat. You can see it on my face.
Just like the dinosaurs of old, he used his flame breath to melt the electrical towers.
Only the
Yes.
2 million-year-old dinosaurs.
Bum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. Telling you, Ophiclyde, Octobase, like full fucking Berlioz. That's what they need to do here.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really getting into the musical score, adding tension, and then like the face
yep.
of Grover from the Muppets.
I'd be pretty terrified if that was 400 feet tall and looking at me, though.
Oh yeah.
I have a question.
What's that?
Is Godzilla's poop radioactive?
Probably.
He's part of the UPPU club. You know about that club?
No.
There's like a group of like, you know, like heavy metal chemists who work with plutonium who have like, you know, accidentally, you know, pricked their skin or something with something contaminated with plutonium. And like your body is really, really, really bad at eliminating plutonium from your system, which is one of the reasons plutonium is so dangerous. Like uranium occurs naturally, and so the body has ways to process it, but plutonium doesn't. So your body like almost can't get rid of it at all. And so like even minuscule amounts of plutonium, if it gets into your system, it's detectable in your urine for like, you know, 50 years. So yeah, so there's like, you know, sort of an informal club of chemists who, you know, have accidentally contaminated themselves with plutonium and it's detectable in their urine. So, you know, the UPPU club.
Yeah, to get into the clubhouse, they have to take a piss test. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's like they piss in a cup. Like it's like a urinal outside the door, and if it detects the plutonium, then it lets them in. It just automatically unlocks the door.
That's like the worst kind of glory hole ever.
Ah!
Oh no! That was that car's dying scream.
That was one of the tires popping and whistling out all the air. Oh, good, a fire tower. Wait.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
It's not the DSRA.
It needs to be.
I know.
Now they're in Rome. Oh, there goes the Colosseum. Okay.
Yeah. Really want to hear this on an Ophiclyde, like badly. Dracofunk, get an Ophiclyde.
I'm working on it, man. As close as I can get. Just so you know, I was actually bringing up an app to do this. Oh.
Why don't any of us own Ophiclydes?
I probably wouldn't be able to play it. That's part of why.
There, I switched keys so it's lower.
There you go.
That was also not a very good organ sound.
No, it was not.
Whoa.
I'm pretty impressed at the effects, to be honest, for 1956. I mean, I feel like American film companies are brave enough to do this much, you know, VFX shots. Yeah.
There you go.
Ah! There were people on the tower?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, no, like, they were really pushing it with this, but they're doing a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen stuff made in the 80s that, you know, looks way worse than this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like, Sharknado looks worse than this, you know?
Birdemic. Come on, I want to watch Birdemic.
We could just watch, I think it's just called The Birds, the Hitchcock movie.
That's better than Birdemic.
Yes. No, he's not sweating anymore. Okay. Must have had a smoke.
His withdrawal symptoms have gone away.
Yes.
I don't care what's happening as long as I have my weed. Oh, sweating again. Needs another one. Oh, now he's not sweating.
Temperature keeps fluctuating.
Hopefully this doesn't melt the cassette player.
Yeah, really.
Or the what? I was gonna say film reels, but
It's a real tape player or recorder, yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Just call it reel.
Wait, they haven't invented those yet.
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel bars.
So this movie started out as a how did we get here? Well, this.
Yeah, now we know.
All right, we're about to be roasted alive, kiddos.
You first.
Just
I'll
like
put
your
you in
father.
charge. Yeah.
Well,
Time to swallow one of those oxygen destroyer pills.
I just want to believe there are mad scientists out there, like sequestering themselves in their labs, coming up with doomsday weapons to
Just
try
in
to
case.
kill natural, like big disasters. You know, it's like someday we'll need the oxygen destroyer to destroy a giant monster. I just know it.
Man, Godzilla's addicted to bridges.
Now that has to be like a bass clarinet or a contrabass clarinet.
Oh no, zeros.
You know what to do, boys.
No, those look more like F-86s.
They probably are.
Oh, miss! They're gonna hit all those people. No, they're trying to wave the missile. You know, like no, go back to the side.
Yeah, those are F-86 Sabres. I mean, models of F-86 Sabres.
Yeah. Man, I can't get over how good the music is, honestly. I love the way they're using that theme in this. Time to go underwater and explode again.
Yeah. So there's that one weird trick to make Godzilla go away. Shoot missiles past its face and it's annoyed enough it dives into the ocean.
Maybe just doesn't like the sound of, F-86s.
And that's the reason Godzilla is back today.
Yeah.
Because we don't use F-86s anymore.
We use ICBMs.
And F-35s.
The cigarettes are down there.
He tried smoking one through his eye. That's the only reason he's there.
I wonder why.
Gotta smoke.
Well, time to go get the military to beat it out of him.
Yeah, really.
Or Hiroshima. Oh, wait.
No.
That was in bad taste. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I laughed, though. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad boy. Okay. Every time she comes over, he makes her watch it. That is definitely the same sound effect as the transporter from the first pilot of Star Trek, the original series.
Ooh.
Doesn't it get easier with each time you watch it?
Yeah.
And then you drink the tank water and it is a protein-rich slurry.
Goes great with gin.
He's actually her therapist, and he's just trying to desensitize her to her, like, irrational phobia of skeletons. Hmm. Yes, words. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh.
Godzilla.
What?
Chose the
Sorry,
Alka-Seltzer.
I dozed off during the flashback. What? But I have one eye.
Don't tell him like you're screwing like that other guy.
Yeah.
Yes, I will help you. By the way, I'm also screwing this guy. F you all.
Looking at her in her best 50s wife outfit. Can you show me how to kill these fish?
Well, I have to show you anyway.
I'm also fucking him.
I kind of wish they would have used the same actor for both dudes, just one with an eye patch.
You have to understand, he has two eyes.
Better yet, they both need an eye patch, but just on opposite eyes.
Then there's a third man with two eye patches.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fish are like, man.
He keeps getting more fish. Just in case he needs to kill them to show somebody. But he doesn't want anybody to know. Okay, whatever.
It's the worst kept secret.
Yes.
I don't want to hurt anybody except that guy.
He has a grudge against aquatic life. That's why he invented it.
I got a salmon bone stuck in one of my gums for a week once. Ever since I vowed revenge on all.
You didn't deserve that.
Could have just said that instead of busting my face. But I'm not going to destroy it or anything and, like, you know, destroy the formula to make it or the lab. Or... Oh, that'll help.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers. Jesus will fix it. Did I tell you that I have had people knock on my door now twice to tell me all about how Jesus is going to heal the coronavirus?
And they go door to door spreading this word.
Yes.
Just
And
cough in their face, be like, "Good, because I have it. Now you do too."
Well, the first time I wasn't here, or the second time rather. But they left a card, tucked into my doorknob.
See, when they came to my doorknob in my first apartment, my friend was staying with me because I just had my wisdom teeth pulled, and I was puking blood into a trash can. So my friend answered the door, and they're like, "Can I speak to you?" And he just looked. I'm like in the background, like puking blood into a trash can. He's like, "Now's probably not a good time." And they just said, "Yeah."
Awesome.
I should be singing the Mothra song.
I should. Is that just a miserere?
Or are they going younger in age as they go back?
Yeah, they put the good singers at the front.
They're all outside that guy's house singing to him to try and get him to
They're singing, "Please, scientist man, give the magic pill to Godzilla." That's what this translates to in English.
It's been like 72 hours of just them singing outside his lab.
Yeah. Until Godzilla comes back.
Except on my fish tanks. I'll keep doing that.
Only when women come over.
Gotta impress them. Gotta memorize it real quick.
So CH3, it's double redox, and that's the pH 8.2. Okay, let's see. Sodium hydroxide. Okay.
That's my porn stash.
Oh no! Why are you destroying how to make
Don't
this
tell him now.
weapon?
Don't tell him now. Now's would be the worst time to tell him.
Man, they beta cupped like the hell out of him. Oh, red matter. Broke my smoking arm.
It's like my man and my backup man are both going down.
Which one's gonna pull the oxygen hose of the other one first?
Who's gonna get sucked up into their own helmet?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Let's see. It's a good
Was
thing
it
they know.
Mythbusters that did that?
Yeah.
So check that out if you haven't seen it. It's horrifying.
It's pretty intense. How do they know where Godzilla will find it?
They put some Godzilla snacks down there.
Oh, right.
Yep, they brought a strobe light. They have a part of a train and a bridge with them.
Oh, Godzilla's taking a nap. Wakey, wakey.
Got a thermos of the freshest oxygen destroyer just for you.
Got By the way, this is a suppository.
Oh. Man, where's Bruce Willis when you need him?
Bruce Willis isn't a suppository.
He is now.
Let's say maybe not to you.
I honestly can't tell which one's which. Oh, now I can.
I mean,
Do you have a gun?
I don't know what he
It's a
has.
flashlight.
Oh.
Why is he backing up? Why is the
He's
flashlight
falling
not on?
over slowly. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, they're running. That's what's happening.
If you run away, then it can't eat you and the bomb. Here, you take this for a second.
Wait, no, come back. So did he activate the retrieval on the dude?
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it.
I see my target.
Get closer. Ignite the red matter.
And he hits the rocks, compromises his suit.
Yeah. And foop, up in the helmet.
Oh, this smells awful.
Did Mythbusters test the thing where like bubbles under a ship would sink it?
Yeah. I don't know if they did.
Somebody did, and I don't remember what happened.
Oh no.
Don't.
Oh.
Those suits cost like 20 million yen. Maybe start leaving.
Oh.
I was just about to say, I wonder what a Godzilla skeleton
Like that.
like that.
Now it will never get caught in anybody else's teeth.
And this is why Japan still catches whales, because they killed all the fish.
Yeah.
We'll never see him again. Now
Oh,
we don't have
no.
to hide our love.
Now I have to fake cry for a while to pretend I cared. Oh man, I forgot my hat. Eh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how they ended movies like this.
What do you guys think?
Well, better than I expected, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for something made in the 50s, that was pretty coherent.
Yeah, I mean, well, and it's not like they didn't know how to make good. They didn't always get it, you know. Like there were plenty of good movies from from that time, but not every movie was good, and there were a lot more misses than hits, I think, as opposed to now when like every idea that was interesting and original and attention grabbing, you know, back then is just all they do, you know. So
like
yeah, no,
that ended so abruptly. I'm needing time to absorb it.
Just like Godzilla's body was absorbed into the nether.
well, you know, and it's interesting, like somewhere in the back of my head, this little bit of confusion about like, you know, like when older relatives of mine, you know, would describe seeing old movies, you know, like old monster movies or horror sci-fi movies, or, you know, things that were, you know, like this, and they would always kind of be like they would describe it as like, oh, it was so intense and so terrifying, and you know, this scary thing happened, and but then that would be it. And I always wondered, you know, what about it made them leave with that impression of like being finding it so intense, but without any sort of resolution to it. And that's what we're experiencing right now, because it was like, oh shit, and then end.
Yeah.
And you got, and like every movie was like that back then, you know, like they didn't do like the oh, you know, see him safely get back home, oh, here's the wedding, oh, here's the life they lived. It's just, and so we won by.
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm used to modern movies like unpacking it for you at the end,
Yeah,
and this is leaving you like, okay, we're done telling our story. You go think about it.
yeah. And to draw a parallel, and I only draw this because I watched it in, you know, in the past week or so, but this is by no means like an apt comparison of two different things, but consider the Lord of the Rings trilogy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, spoilers, Frodo makes it to the mountain, he goes in, there's the fight with Gollum, and the ring is destroyed, right? There's another, what, like 45 minutes, hour left in that movie after the climax of the movie or the climax of the trilogy, you know? And it's wrapping up every little loose end, and you know, frankly, like I get to the point where I'm like bored by the wrapping up of the loose ends at the end of that movie. It's like, okay, I get it. You can end the story now.
But
So
and
but
this guy and them
right,
and
yeah.
now
And then 4 years later, Frodo is writing it down, and he finishes it. But then we have to go take Bilbo to the ship, and then they go on the ship. But then after they go to the ship, then they do this, and then they do that. And yeah, it just goes on and on and on. So extreme contrast there. But I think that's, people our age, and younger. That's what we're used to in a movie when we go to see a movie. Is there's a climax that's satisfying. You know what I mean? And then after that, there
want to cuddle.
is. Yeah, then we get to see, the shower afterwards and the walk of shame home and being happier for having done the whole thing or whatever. And yeah, in these old movies they hit you with it and then they cut it off.
As they should.
Yeah. Wham bam thank you ma'am sort of movie making style, right? But I can think of a lot of other movies that are that way. I mean, like, just any sci-fi or horror movie from the 50s is like that. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna go so far as to say that as of this moment, this is the best Godzilla movie I've ever seen. I haven't seen that many of them, and there are some real,
At this point, they hadn't lost their way.
And yeah, I had seen most of the ones where it was Godzilla friend to all the children. So yeah, to see a nice, serious Godzilla movie,
yeah,
I appreciate this a lot.
definitely. I think also, we also have to keep in mind that, there would not have been an entire franchise with dozens of movies if the first one wasn't good, Like the reason they're still making Star Wars movies is that they're still riding the quality of A New Hope, from 43 years ago.
Ugh.
So it's the same sort of thing.
Years ago.
I know, right? This movie was made 64 years ago.
Well, good job.
Yeah. Let's see. As much time has passed since the making of that movie as had passed from the making of that movie to, like, the turn of the 20th century, like the invention of the car, stuff like that.
I mean, let's go back. Another franchise that's not quite as old, but still making movies is James Bond. So
Mm-hmm.
that's 62 or 64.
I want to say 62.
So that's only 6 years after this.
Right. Kind of weird you out to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you all don't have the coronavirus and you're all staying home and sheltering in place and keeping social distance, washing your hands, working from home.
Bleaching your eyes. Wait, not that one.
No, not
And
that
if you're
one.
listening to this years from now, congratulations, you made it.
Yeah. Or, I don't know.
I don't know where you were going. If you didn't make it,
I think I was going to go for something like, or you weren't born yet or something, but I mean, like, really,
then your parents made it.
Maybe. We don't know.
Maybe.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Well, we
Sort
hope
of.
we hope you all survive and don't get the Rona.
Yes.
Uh,
Live long, and may the softest of toilet paper grace your emergency stash closet. We'll see you next time. Yeah, we'll see you next time for probably another Godzilla movie.
Also, Star Trek Picard and hopefully some more Star Trek The Next Generation. And I assume the production on the Orville's been halted along with everything else, so who knows when that'll...
Yeah, probably. We'll keep pumping out content until we have to go back to work.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
good night.